Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm still here at Kinder and I'm still by myself. So why don't you come with me and we'll go exploring to another country. The country I want to explore today has a flag that looks like this. It's green with a yellow diamond in the middle, which then has a blue circle in the middle of that with a white banner with writing and lots of white stars. What a truly interesting looking flag. Do you know what country this flag belongs to? It starts with the letter B. B for Brazil. We are going to go to Brazil today. And if we were to have a look on a map, you can see over here is where Brazil is. So Brazil actually has neighbours with a lot of countries. Brazil is next to French Guinea, Venezuela, Colombia, Peru, Bolivia, Paraguay, Argentina and Uruguay. Goodness me, Brazil has a lot of next door neighbours. Now, if we wanted to say hello to someone in Brazil, we couldn't use English because they don't speak English in Brazil. They speak Portuguese. So if we wanted to say hello in Portuguese, we would have to say Olá, Olá. So, hello, Olá, Olá. Let's have a practice. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Olá. Now in Brazil, there are lots of interesting things that we could find. One of the most famous things we can see in one of their biggest cities is a enormous, gigantic statue. This statue of Christ the Redeemer is ginormous. Have a look, these are buildings all the way down here. That is a very, very big statue. But in Brazil, people don't just like to look at buildings all day. A lot of people like watching football or soccer, as you might know it. Now in Brazil, almost everybody loves watching football and almost everybody plays football. In fact, they have, whoops, upside down, they have one of the most famous football teams in the world, the men's Brazilian football team. But it's not just the men and the boys who play football, it's also the girls. This is the women's team, and the women's team is just as good as the men's team. Both the men's team and the women's team are really, really good. In fact, they're some of the best teams in the world. I think a lot of people are a bit scared to play them because they're just so good at football. Now, if we wanted to eat some Brazilian food and Brazilian snacks, there are two which almost all the Brazilians would say you have to try. The first one, they look a little bit like chips. In fact, they are chips, but they're not potato chips like what we're used to. These are actually tapioca chips called cassava or cassava chips. The next food a Brazilian might say you have to try is barbecue. The Brazilians are really, really good at cooking on the barbecue. And what they're cooking here is a pinca steak. They love their barbecues. So let's just go over what we looked at today. We saw that the Brazilian flag is quite detailed. It's green on the outside with a yellow diamond in the middle with a blue circle with lots of white stars and a banner. Goodness me, that's a very detailed flag. We also saw that Brazil has a lot of next door neighbours. They're neighbours with the French Guinea, Guyana, Venezuela, Colombia, Peru, Bolivia, Paraguay, Argentina in Uruguay, that is a lot of next door neighbours. They speak Portuguese. So to say hello, we say hola. We saw one of their huge, ginormous statues. And we learnt that they love football, with the men's team being one of the best men's team in the world, and the women also having one of the best women's team in the world. And we learnt that they love their cassava, which is the tapioca chips, and they love their barbecues. Now, all this talk of food is making me hungry, so we might need to say goodbye so I can go have some lunch, and maybe you can have some lunch too. Now remember, they speak Portuguese in Brazil, so we can't just say goodbye. We have to say ciao. Ciao. Oh, that's interesting. If you've seen our travel to Italy, you know that in Italy, or in the Italian language, to say hello, the Italians say ciao. But in Portuguese, to say goodbye, the Brazilians say ciao. They sound very, very similar, but they actually look a little bit different. So we have ciao in Italian saying hello, and ciao in Portuguese saying goodbye. How confusing. Well, let's use our Portuguese to say goodbye until next time. Let's have a practice. Are you ready? Ciao. 3, 2, 1. Ciao. Ciao, everybody.